The chameleon sat confidently behind the news desk, adjusting its tie as the cameras rolled. "Welcome to The Truth Today," it announced with a charismatic smile. "Tonight we bring you the facts, unbiased and unfiltered." Its skin gleamed bright green as images of lush forests and clean oceans flashed on the screen behind it. "Our planet is in danger. Pollution is rising and corporations must take responsibility. We must act now to save the environment." The audience nodded in agreement, sharing the broadcast across social media, praising the channel for its integrity. The next day the chameleon appeared again, but its color had shifted to a deep brown. "Let's talk business," it said smoothly. "There's a lot of fear-mongering about corporate pollution, but let's be honest, big companies are the backbone of our economy. Their initiatives are making the world greener, not worse." Viewers who had cheered the night before hesitated but quickly adapted. After all, the news had to be telling the truth. By the third day, the chameleon had turned a neutral gray. Its voice was steady, reassuring. "Some rumors claim that government funds are being misused. But let's not be fooled by baseless accusations. Everything is transparent, and our leaders are doing their best for the people." On the screen, well-dressed officials spoke passionately at a press conference, while outside, citizens struggled with rising costs and failing infrastructure. Still, no one questioned the news. The chameleon had always told them the truth. A small rabbit sat in front of the screen, ears twitching as it listened. Something felt off. Just yesterday, the chameleon had passionately argued that corporations were destroying the environment, yet today it claimed they were saving it. The rabbit frowned. And hadn't it insisted that government corruption was just a baseless rumor? But last week, it had hinted at a major financial scandal. The contradictions piled up like fallen leaves, but no one else seemed to notice. The rabbit turned to its friends. "Doesn't this seem strange?" it asked. But the others only shrugged. "The news wouldn't lie," one muttered. "The chameleon knows more than we do," another added. No one wanted to question the voice that had always guided them. Still uneasy, the rabbit gathered its courage and sent a question to the station's live broadcast. The chameleon, now a striking shade of red, read it aloud with a polite smile. "A viewer asks why yesterday's news contradicts today's. A great question. But let's remember, the world is constantly changing. Yesterday the grass was green. Today the soil is brown. We must adapt." The audience chuckled, nodding along. But the rabbit didn't laugh. It wasn't just adaptation. It was manipulation. And yet, when it tried to protest, a wave of disapproval crashed over it. "Stop spreading doubt," someone snapped. "You're just trying to cause trouble," another accused. The rabbit looked around, realizing the truth. It wasn't just the chameleon controlling the narrative. It was everyone who refused to see it. The camera zoomed out, revealing what lay beyond the chameleon's polished news desk. Behind the glowing screens and confident words, a team of unseen hands worked tirelessly. One figure adjusted a script, replacing yesterday's headlines with new, conflicting ones. Another whispered instructions through an earpiece, ensuring the chameleon's voice remained steady, persuasive. Further back, shadowy figures exchanged knowing glances, nodding in approval as the broadcast continued. The chameleon itself was no more than a performer, its shifting colors carefully orchestrated to match the changing script. Green for environmental concerns, brown for corporate loyalty, gray for political reassurance, red for patriotic fervor. It didn't believe in truth, it believed in control. And as long as the audience accepted its words without question, it remained untouchable. Beyond the studio, the rabbit stood alone. It had seen the pattern, recognized the deception, but what could one voice do against a crowd unwilling to listen? The more it questioned, the more it was silenced. "You're overthinking it," they said. "It doesn't matter." And so, the cycle continued. As the broadcast ended, the chameleon smiled into the camera. "Stay informed," it said, its skin shifting once more. The screen faded to black, but the illusion remained. And somewhere, in countless homes, the audience sat back, reassured that they had just heard the truth. In an age where information comes from all directions, everyone can be your thought leader, from celebrities to experts, to the news you scroll through every day. But remember, how you see the world determines how you live in it. If you only consume information from one side, if you believe everything that is repeated enough, if you choose comfort over truth, then you are likely living according to a script that someone else has written. Be proactive in seeking out alternative perspectives, dare to doubt the obvious, and don't be afraid to ask questions, even when the questions make you feel lost. Critical thinking is not about fighting anyone. It is about protecting yourself, keeping your head clear in the sea of noise, and not being swept away by the subtle manipulation that happens every day under the guise of news, truth, or popular opinion.